Yippee, it's Friday. Good morning and welcome to Cincy Lifestyle. Looks like we survived another one, Mona.
We did. This one was a challenge. But you know what, Clyde? There is something special at the end of this week.
Something looms on the horizon?
Yeah. Because the Emmy Awards are this weekend. Yay. And, you know, I enjoy the award shows. That is all me. So I'm just going to help you out in case you are not prepared, Clyde, for the Emmy Awards this weekend. All right, Clyde. Well, let's just see. You know, Netflix has a whole lot of nominations, including Dead to Me, which is a great show with Christina Applegate. It's kind of a dark comedy, but I highly recommend it. You know, this is really special. Saturday Night Live, they have several acting nominations in a comedy series. Brad Pitt is nominated. Kenan Thompson's nominated. Maya Rudolph, Kate McKinnon, they're all nominated from Saturday Night Live. And okay, this is one of my favorites, Clyde. Mahershala Ali.
Okay.
If you don't know who he is, if you saw the movie Green Book, or he was also in, I think, True Detective or something like that.
Right.
He is a man who is so good looking. I don't know what he's nominated for, some acting thing, but he should definitely win. Mahershala Ali.
Best good-looking
he should win,
guy.
Whatever.
Yeah, he's in the best good-looking guy on Mona Morrow's ballot category.
That's right. Hey, if Mahershala Ali and Jason Momoa ever do a movie together, whew, it's going off the charts. Going off the charts, Clyde.
You by yourself will be the profit margin for that movie. Wow.
That's right. Also, I love The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which is nominated. So if you haven't seen some of those shows, you should get out and watch them before the Emmys this Sunday at 8 o'clock on ABC, Channel 9.
All right. Well, you know, Mona, also this morning, we're going to be in the highlight business. We're going to highlight some people who are making a difference, including a doctor at Christ Hospital, women who are creating positive change, and a significant, he tried to say in English, milestone in American military history. Today we pause to observe the 73rd birthday and an important one at that. On this day, 1947, what was the U.S. Army Air Force, dressed in pinks and greens, became the United States Air Force, an individual branch of the military, all dressed in blue. So today we want to focus on the significance of the Air Force to our country. And to help us do that, I want to welcome retired Lt Col Brad Hamant. Colonel, welcome back. Thank you so much for talking with us this morning.
Thank you for honoring the Air Force today. That was a great intro.
Well, even though I stumbled through it, thank you. You're very generous. So a lot of people might not realize, I should say, that not everyone in the Air Force is actually in the air. So tell us how the Air Force serves our country.
Well, it takes a lot to project air power around the world. You have to build and maintain air bases. You have to control the space around them. You have to connect them to the rest of the world, which is where my career kind of fit in, with the radios and telephones and computer systems. And of course, you need world-class medics and maintainers to keep the airmen and the equipment working at peak efficiency.
I was going to say your role is proof of what we alluded to in our first question, and that is that not everybody is in direct air combat. Tell us what your role is and how you made the choice to join the Air Force in the first place.
Well, I knew I wanted to study engineering at Carnegie Tech in Pittsburgh. That's expensive. I had no inkling of military service, but the Air Force offered ROTC scholarship money, so I took it and signed up. I asked for the radio and IT business because I thought that would be more fun than pure engineering, and it was. In fact, my wife and I enjoyed it so much we stayed for 23 years. I wound up back at Miami University training my replacements at an ROTC detachment there at the end of my career.
Okay, all right. So talk a little bit about your technical and IT training that you got from the Air Force has actually been a part of your life in addition to the Air Force, right?
Boy, it's been a puzzle that's all fit together. I learned how to lead teams and get stuff done by being an Eagle Scout and then an Air Force officer. Obviously, I speak the engineering language and the IT language pretty well, so when I finished my career, I fit in great at GE Aviation and now at Odyssey Systems up at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, a small business contractor. Both are great places for veterans, and it's all just fit right together for me.
So what would you say to a younger person who might be considering a career or at least enlistment in the Air Force?
Well, there's no place like America's military to learn how to lead. And no military in the world encourages continuing education like we do. So, you have opportunities to get a degree if you don't have one, to get another one if you do. And most airmen take advantage of that. There's so many career fields to choose from. I mean, from cyber, like I was in, to medicine and maintenance and public affairs, security, you name it. There's just so much to do. Of course, you can fly or be part of an air crew, but all of them are high tech. All of them set you up for success.
Colonel, just a few seconds left. But what would you suggest we say to veterans of the Air Force, and all veterans for that matter, as we encounter them?
Well, thank you for your service is nice. I like to hear that. My response is usually that it was my pleasure and that I had a fantastic career. So, yeah, what I hear out there is perfect.
Okay. All right, Colonel, thank you so much for talking to us, Lieutenant Colonel Hamant, and happy birthday to the U.S. Air Force.
Thank you, Clyde.
All right, Mona.
Hey, there's no denying that the men and women in healthcare are true heroes. They dedicate their lives to helping others. But what drew these medical professionals to the jobs in the first place? Well, today we talked to Dr. Carrie Gorder from the Christ Hospital about why she chose to work in medicine. Take a look.
So, as we talked earlier, part of what we're hoping to do here is help people get a glimpse of you as a person. What was it that led you to decide, yeah, I want to hop in a helicopter and go save lives?
Well, I was lucky enough to work in helicopter EMS or HEMS during my training. Many patients, we know that up to 85 million Americans live over an hour's drive from a skilled emergency care facility. And so what would happen is if you have a cardiac emergency, you call 911, they take you to the closest hospital. And when you're talking about driving someone by ground or flying someone in the air, you can really cut down those transport times and get them to definitive care a lot faster. And I've seen that really make the difference in some of our patient outcomes.
Okay, so talk about what's aboard the helicopter that allows it to make that critical difference in the quote-unquote golden hour.
Yeah, so the helicopter service we use, we have a dual-engine rotor aircraft that has one of the best safety records in the business. And you get two providers in the back of that helicopter plus the patient, and there's plenty of room for, a lot of these patients are on special devices, pumps, that kind of stuff to help support their heart. And we can get them to the Christ Hospital fast. We have the ability to give blood, give plasma, and we have dedicated professionals and a heart team that have been specifically trained to take care of these cardiac emergencies.
Okay, now there's something aboard, I gather, called ECMO.
ECMO, which stands for extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, is kind of like a heart-lung bypass machine. So essentially it takes blood out of the body, puts it through a pump, oxygenates it, and then puts it back into the body. Now we have the ability to have patients put on that machine at another hospital and then transferred to us so we can manage it. Christ Life Flight was actually the first in the region to transport a patient by air on ECMO.
You seem very excited about what you do. What keeps you excited?
That's an easy question. Two things, my patients and the team I work with. We all do this for our patients, and there's nothing better than getting together for a patient who really presents what we would call in extremis, working together, saving their life, improving their outcome, and getting them home with their family, back to work. That's why we do what we do. But we couldn't do it without a team. And I just feel so grateful to be part of the team here at the Christ Hospital with world-renowned cardiovascular experts, a world-class nursing staff, great support staff like pharmacists, respiratory therapists. We all work together to work on that one patient.
Where can people go to get more information about Life Flight?
Yeah, so I would say if it's your first entry to the healthcare system, or you're seeking a second opinion, or you have an advanced cardiac problem like a leaky valve or a blocked artery, reach out to the team at Christ. Go to thechristhospital.com. Specifically, you can look up programs like ECMO and our critical care program. Our doors are open and we're ready to be a partner for you in your healthcare.
Well, coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, we highlight our local women in film. Join us as we talk more about some of the films being shown this year and the impact these female filmmakers are making in our community. Then with people only able to see your eyes and your forehead behind your mask, hey, don't you want to be free from wrinkles? I know I do. Well, we've got a 10-minute challenge that kicks fine lines to the curb. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We know that the world is a bit different now than we're used to, but it's still important to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So, we all want to feel our best and be confident in the way we look, and Plexaderm has helped people across the country make their under-eye bag lines and wrinkles visibly disappear in under 10 minutes. And to tell us more, I want to welcome Annette Figueroa. Thanks for talking to us, Annette. We appreciate you being here.
Oh my gosh, I am so happy to be here. And you can see I'm wearing a mask because this has become part of our norm. And wearing a mask really puts a lot of attention on our under eye bags, forehead lines, bridge of our nose. And we're not just wearing it to protect others, but now we have a lot of focus here. Well, Plexaderm Rapid Reduction Serum can reduce the look of under eye bags and fine lines and wrinkles in 10 minutes.
All right, with everything going on today, I can relate to the stress, and it really affects your appearance.
Yes, and unfortunately, stress increases the release of hormones that cause aging. That's why people's interest in Plexaderm is much higher now. And because they can actually watch Plexaderm reduce the look of these forehead lines, under eye bags right before their eyes. They vanish from view in 10 minutes. And underneath the mask, the laugh lines, the lines around your lip, the lines on your neck, it gives you a relaxed, younger look, takes years off of your appearance, and you have confidence to go out and face the day.
You got that right, Annette. I am right there with you. So tell us, what is it that makes Plexaderm so effective?
Well, it's actually derived from silicates found in shale clay, and it creates an invisible layer that tightens and smooths the skin in 10 minutes. And what I love about Plexaderm is a lot of people ask, you can absolutely wear makeup. You just want to make sure that the Plexaderm dries and you use water-based cosmetics. And it lasts up to 10 hours.
I understand you have a special offer for our viewers, and it makes Plexaderm more affordable.
Yes, we do. Well, we know that everybody's been hit hard in one way or another. So that's why we're offering a 6-application trial pack for just $14.95. That's free shipping. That's for viewers that haven't tried Plexaderm and didn't want to go full in on a bottle, or users that haven't tried it in a while. Now is the time to come back, because we're also giving a 30-day money-back guarantee from the day you receive it. That's how much we believe in the product, and you will too once you give it a try. What have you got to lose but the look of under eye bags and fine lines and wrinkles?
And you know what, Annette? That's a good thing to lose. Oh, I'm trying to lose mine. So if people want to try this out, can they get in touch with you?
All they do is go to plexadermtrial.com. It's that quick, that easy, and just order. There's no automatic refills, no continuous payments.
All right, sounds like a great deal. Annette, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you for having me.
Film is one of those media that can highlight important issues and even bring you to tears. And we're fortunate to have a number of talented filmmakers in our community. And to tell us more, I want to welcome Lori Quinlivan, a filmmaker and the WIF Cincinnati event chair, the Women in Film Cincinnati event chair. Lori, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Can you give us a little background on Women in Film Cincinnati and why you're hosting this festival at the Hollywood Drive-In?
Sure thing. So Women in Film Cincinnati is a nonprofit. There's about 40 Women in Film chapters around the world, and we're the chapter here to support men and women who work in film, radio, TV, digital industries, and minorities as well, because we have a long way to go in that area. So we, for the first time ever, are hosting this Better Cities Film Festival, and we're doing it at Hollywood Drive-In because, hey, drive-ins are fun. Remember what it was like, Clyde, when you were little? I bet you went to the drive-in.
A time or two.
Yeah, and it's safe, social distancing, and this drive-in is actually in city limits, which is perfect because the Better City films are all about urban issues. So we wanted to have a venue that was in the city where we could also, socially distance.
Sure. So let's talk about some of the films that are actually in the program that people can see.
Well, great. They're all about people who are making their cities better all across the country. And we have a lot of films. 8 of our 18 films are about bicycling. So people who are making their streets more bicycle friendly and pedestrian friendly. And I think we maybe have some video to show you from some of these films. So you can go ahead and roll that if you've got it. This one is from Uganda. Believe it or not, there's a planner trying to make her city better. This is a lady who's combined books and bicycling for a rolling library to bring her community together. The anchor film, Pushing Zero, the first night is about creating affordable, sustainable housing. And then this one might look familiar. This is building District 3 police station with deep community involvement, the first net zero police station in the whole country. That's my film.
Okay.
And then we end this reel with a film about teenagers who are training to be environmental leaders in their community. And this one really resonates with people. I can guarantee you that all these films are wonderful and inspiring, and they all tell something that applies to Cincinnati. We tried to choose films that resonate with what we're doing here or what we're trying to do here in our city. So you can buy tickets on Eventbrite, and the program is going to be emceed by your own Mona Morrow on September 26th. And our films will begin at 8 p.m. And then we are also having post-film discussions at the brewery that's right across the street from the drive-in. And that starts at 10 o'clock. And a council member will lead these discussions each night. On September 26th, it's Greg Landsman. And on October 3rd, it's going to be Jan-Michelle Lemon-Kearney. So it's going to be a wonderful event. And I hope people get their tickets now, because I think we'll sell out.
All right, Lori, it sounds like a great event. Thank you so much for talking with us this morning.
Thank you, Clyde.
All right.
See you.
Well, the nation is dealing with unprecedented challenges of COVID-19. There's a race to find treatment and vaccines. So, joining us today to share his own personal story is tech entrepreneur Steve Kirsh, who is the founder of the COVID-19 Early Treatment Fund. Steve, welcome to the show, and talk to us about what the goal of this COVID-19 Early Treatment Fund is.
Sure. Back in March, like everybody else, I found out about COVID-19 and my company went into lockdown. And I looked around for what I could do to make a difference in this disease. My wife was making masks. What could I do? And so I started talking to scientists. I've been funding medical research for the past 20 years. I started talking to scientists that I knew, and they basically said 2 things to me. They said drug repurposing, using existing drugs given early when you find out you have COVID, is the fastest and it's the least expensive way to end the pandemic. And the second thing that they said is that we are not funding the science and the scientists that are doing the work on these repurposed drugs to find a cure or treatment that works. And so I said, well, I can make a difference. I can help fund these scientists and raise money. And I started a website, treatearly.org, that's dedicated to helping fund the best work in this area.
All right, so talk to us. You're a tech entrepreneur. So what drew you to this area?
I'm a problem solver at heart. And so I see a problem, and this one affected me pretty personally, because if I got COVID, I had a 20% chance of dying because I have multiple risk factors. So this was kind of about self-preservation for me. So this is about how does a tech entrepreneur, save his own life and save the lives of, the millions of people who are going to die from this disease as well. And so it was just it's a research project. Hey, let's talk to the scientists. Let's see what the scientists are saying. And then giving them the funds that they need to go and make a difference. And when I found out, I talked to there are 20 coronavirus experts in the entire world. I talked to 8 of them, and I asked them, what drug would you take if you got coronavirus? And they said their number one response was Camostat. There was no clinical trial of Camostat anywhere in the world. And so what I did is I personally bankrolled the first hemostat trial in Denmark, the world's first one. And I also bankrolled the hemostat trial at Yale University, which is the first one in the US. So I found that I could make a difference in this disease by funding the scientists who are doing the best work. And we have results now that we know that drug repurposing works and will reduce the death rate in COVID by 80% or more. That's game changing.
That is game changing. Steve, what about the average person? Is there anything we can do to help?
Sure. There are three things that an average person can do to help. The first is we have a website, treatearly.org. Go there, make a donation, $1 donation, $10 donation, whatever you can afford, make a donation. The second thing is to let people know, let your friends know, let your social media know about this site, treatearly.org. We are making a huge difference in this disease. And the third thing is that if you do get COVID, please don't just stay home. Please enroll in a clinical trial because it's going to increase your chance of not having any bad side effects from this disease.
All right, Steve, thank you. Good information. And thanks for talking to us. And for those of you at home, we'll be right back.
And this is Cincinnati on a sunny Friday. So beautiful day, going to be that way all day. Enjoy. Mona, get out and enjoy.
Yeah, I plan to do that, you know, and the sun's going to be shining. Reach out to us and let us know your thoughts about the show. We always love hearing from you. And since the sun's going to be shining all weekend, give a smile to someone else and make it a great day.
Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. Now, if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, be sure to make it a great day.